Hello to all of my viewers and welcome to yet another episode of the Global Chatter, where today is the second part of our series. I just did part 1 the last time where we covered states like California, Colorado, and Texas. So today we'll be covering states on the eastern side of the United States, starting with Florida. Okay, so Florida was once a swing state, and in fact, just gonna give you some history. Barack Obama won it in both his presidential bids, 2008 blue and 2012, but by a slightly thinner margin. But in 2016, 2020, and this year in 2024, Donald John Trump has won the state of Florida in all of his presidential bids. So currently, with its vote totals certified, Trump leads Florida by about a 13.1% margin. It has 30 electoral votes, so quite a big deal. Democrats have been hoping to flip Florida for quite a while now, but have been so far unsuccessful ever since Trump came along. So the most important county and the biggest county most probably we'll be seeing tonight is this county here, Miami-Dade. Okay, Miami-Dade voted 7.4 points for Biden, which is 85,000 votes. Okay, fast forward to 2024, 11.4% to Donald Trump, 125,235 votes. In fact, Harris only gets 8 counties, while Biden got 12 counties. And the counties that swung were heavily Miami-Dade, Henry, and Osceola. Miami-Dade the biggest, 18.8 points to the right since Biden's win. In fact, all counties in Florida swung towards Trump, and this state as a whole swung 9.7 points to the right in 2024. So Miami-Dade voted Trump by 11 points, and if we look at the past elections for Senate back in 2022, Marco Rubio won Florida, and lo and below, he won the county of Miami-Dade and won by a bigger margin than Trump, but he won it by 16.4 votes, or 1.2 million to be exact, 1.2 million votes. But this state was kind of like generalized that Trump would win. It was quite a solid Trump state, but this margin is a little bit surprising and a little bit not surprising given Florida's recent Republican lean. Now, Miami-Dade has the most number of votes so far. You're seeing here, you can see here the biggest, 1 million votes in, and the shift is, as I mentioned just now, 18.8 points rounded up to 19. So the counties that flipped from blue in 2020 to red in 2024 were respectively Miami-Dade, Pinellas, Seminole, Hillsborough, Duval, and Osceola. Palm Beach is going to be quite close, I think. Palm Beach is here. Palm Beach voted for Harris by 0.76 points. So I think if this trend holds, the Republican candidate in 2028 could be able to flip Palm Beach, which means that Democratic hopes in Florida is going to be over very soon. In fact, the Orlando area swung from blue to red, and the Miami Gold Coast area swung 15 points to the right. So yes, the concurrent Senate race, I'm going to show you here. Rick Scott won by a similar margin. He won kind of the same counties that Trump did. So you can see here that Trump's strategy with Latinos and Hispanics are working very well in Florida, especially in the county of Miami-Dade, where there is, I'm going to show you here, Miami-Dade has, there you are, right county. I'm going to show you the county of Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade demographics, you can see here, white. In 2020, there's only 13.4% that is white. Hispanics and Latinos account for 68.7% of the population, while blacks and African Americans account for 14.0%. And if you look at the polls, you can see immigration here plays a big part in Florida, 23%. And I just want to show you in the 2024 race for president, Where is the race for president? There you are. The race for president. You can see here that I'm going to use CNN site. You can see here that these two, Pinellas and I think it's not very clear here. I'm going to show you here. Pinellas and Pasco and Hillsborough. Okay, especially Pinellas. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Voted for Biden by 1,000 plus votes in 2020, but in 2024, voila, Trump. Both counties, Pinellas and Hillsborough, both voted by Trump by a respectable margin. Okay, so this is about Florida, and as I mentioned, Palm Beach here, very thin margins. This Eastern Peninsula here has always been quite solidly went for Republicans, so Republicans will never need to quite worry about that. And yes, this is about Florida. I think that it's quite hard to see a scenario from today where Democrats will be winning any statewide election in Florida, but I guess we'll have to wait until 2028 to wait and see. Okay, Florida's cleared. Now we look at Iowa. Iowa. This very interesting state. Okay, so what makes it interesting? The famous or infamous Seltzer poll that came out about a few days before the election, so that Harris was leading 47 to 44 in Iowa, and then got people really interested in this state of Iowa. But as you can see here, Donald J. Trump wins Iowa by about the same margin as Florida, so that poll was very wrong, and Seltzer has retired from this presidential polling kind of thing. And Iowa has 6 electoral votes, which is a lot less than Florida, but still quite important. And you see here there's a lot of red. If you want me to show you, I show you on the Associated Press website. Gives a clearer view of the counties now. You see a lot of red. By the way, there are only 5 counties. And you can count them by your fingers. The 5 counties. Oh no, 7. So I'm sorry. I apologize. 7 counties. Well, I'll say there are 7 counties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 5 counties. Where did the 7th county come from? Okay, no worries. Hold on a sec. Let me check something. There are only 5 counties. Oh no, because I'm using the comparison tab. Okay, no worries. There are 5 counties that voted for Harris. Story, Polk, Blackhawk, Lynn, and Johnson County. Okay, Johnson County, only these 5 counties. And the rest of the counties voted for Trump. Excuse me. Back in 2020, quite more blue. And I think that there was one county that flipped. Scott County, which is this here, Scott County. 3.2 points, but in 2016, it was still blue. And you can see here that actually Barack Obama won Iowa in 2012. And you can see here a lot of this was blue. 2008, it was even more blue. You can see here Buchanan, 18.5 points. But 2004, of course, Bush won it. Then 2016, this whole part went red. Red. So many flipped. Jasper, Tama, Webster, Woodbury, a lot of red. And the 2024, still a lot of red, mind you. But, and no, 2020, still a lot of red. But, yeah, Trump won it by 8.2 points, which is definitely less than how much Trump won it this year. He won it by about 13 points. And he won 6 counties. While Harris won 5 counties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ignore the 7 here. I think there's something wrong here. There you are. Undefined, some weird thing here. I think they'll sort it out soon. But never mind. There are only 5 counties. And the rest voted red. Let's compare this to 2020. Iowa shifted 5 points. One of the bigger shift. Only Montgomery and Page County swung towards Harris. The rest of the county swung red. And this is even worse than Clinton's performance. Is this? Yes, this is worse than Clinton's performance by 3.8 points. Harris See here, only these 5 counties, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, swung towards Harris. And it's a lot worse than Barack Obama's performance in 2008 and 2012, respectively. So Iowa, I think it's hard. It's really hard to see if there's going to be a, win for Democrats anytime soon. In the 2022 Senate race, Chuck Grassley, if I'm not wrong, yes, Chuck Grassley also won it by a very big margin, very, very big margin. But despite his victory, this was Grassley's closest Senate reign since elected in 1980 because he did not crack 60% of the vote. But even if you get 56.01% of, if you get 60% plus, you still win this state. And even in 2020, Iowa also was won by Republicans. In fact, I'm going to go in the Senate history and see where the last time we saw a Democrat win. Last time any Democrat won in the state of Iowa for Senate is 2008, where Tom Harkin won 94 out of Iowa's 99 counties. And this is the last time that a Democrat has won U.S. Senate election in Iowa. And he was the incumbent until, then after that, Johnny Ernst took over him and continued the Republican streak in Iowa. So that's for Iowa. And then after Iowa, I want to cover is its neighbor up north, Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota is a bit interesting. Minnesota has 10 electoral votes. This is a interesting state. Republicans have wanted to win it for a very, 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 very long time, but they have failed to do so. Every single time since 1972, Minnesota has voted for a Democrat since 1972. You can see here. I want to show you. Wait, hold on a sec. 2020, Democrat, still Democrat, also Democrat, 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 and no, this is Republican, and then Democrat all the way. So since 1976, it has voted for a Democrat. Even in Ronald Reagan's landslide 1984 and 1980 victory, 1984, although Mondale only won it by 0.18 points. So fast forward to 2024, Minnesota has swung towards the right like every single other state in this presidential election except for Nebraska's 1st congressional district. Minnesota swung, only 3 counties swung towards Harris, here, and here. Every single county swung towards Trump. But okay, the margin is alright, not too bad. 2.9 points to the right, and Harris wins it by a 5-point margin. You can see here the map, the nice little map here. And the biggest county was Minneapolis. You can see here, Minneapolis. Gonna find it for you. The biggest place is Minneapolis County, which is located in, if I'm not wrong, Hennepin County. Yes, it's located in Hennepin County. You can see Hennepin County is where Minneapolis is. Hennepin, correct, Hennepin County. Or is it, hold on a sec, I'm just going to do a quick search. Minneapolis is located in the county of Hennepin, correct. Minneapolis is located in Hennepin County, which has almost always voted overwhelmingly for a Democrat. The last time it voted Republican was in 1972, which is also the last time a Republican won in the state of Minnesota, and it has voted reliably Democrat ever since. But this year, let me see, Hennepin County swung 0.7 points to Republican, so it was not too bad, but it was these rural counties that swung heavily towards Trump. You can see here in this map here, compare results. I'm just going to show you the comparison of these results. These suburban regions that swung heavily towards President-elect Trump, the heaviest being Mahnomen County, 7.4 points to the right. So this is Minnesota. Nothing much to talk about here really because Harris won, and the margin wasn't that bad compared to President Biden's a few years back. but I think that she did. Let me check. Let me just check the records whether she did better or worse than Hillary. She did better than Hillary in the state by 2.7 points. She did better than Hillary, especially in these regions, the Minneapolis city urban regions. But she did worse than Obama in both of his runs, and definitely did worse than Biden. But she did do better than Clinton, and this is one of the a few states, actually quite a lot of states that total up to 172 electoral votes, which she did better than Clinton, being Minnesota, in 2024. Okay, yes, that is from Minnesota. So Minnesota, not much to talk about, but this next one, Illinois, has a little bit content I want to talk about. Lots of content. Illinois, 19 electoral votes, very, very, very solid. Democratic state, it has not voted Republican since. Let me do it quick. The Democrat since 1988, 1992, all the way until today, has voted reliably Democrat. And this year, 54.8% to 43.8%, Harris wins it by an 11-point margin. But mind you, in 2020, Biden won it by a 17-point margin. So, yes, Harris underperforms Biden by 6.3 points. And she does worse than Biden in all but 6 counties. All but 6 counties. And Trump does quite a bit better, especially in these collar counties, like Will County, Cook County, and Kane County, and some of the other regions of Illinois. You can see these are what they call the outer counties of Chicago. Cook County is Chicago, where Chicago is. 8.4. You can see here swing towards Trump. So back in 2020, Biden won Cook County 74.35. Now Harris, Cook County, 70 points. So quite a diminished, and you can see a lot of swings. But yes, it was always, almost certain, a Democratic state. It's just that it wasn't as a wide margin as Democrats preferred, and she did underperform Clinton here, because Clinton, you can see here, she underperformed Clinton by 6.3 points, and she also underperformed Biden. The only person she did not underperform was John Kerry, where she improved on his performance by 0.38 points. Not a very good achievement, though, because she did improve over John Kerry in 298 electoral votes totaling up, but she did not improve from Joe Biden's performance in 2020, which I think Democrats in Illinois have to reflect and have to think about, because even in these solid Democratic states where Democrats have been historically strong, like in California we were just discussing in the last video, it shows that voters are upset with the Biden administration, and one of the failures of this election was letting Harris run. I feel that if another candidate came in, another candidate ran, this result might have been different. We might not have seen Trump win if perhaps another candidate, I don't know who, maybe another candidate not associated with the Biden administration came in and ran against Trump, he might have won. I'm saying the truth, he might have won. He or she, I'm not being, biased here, he or she. A candidate could have come and run, he could have won, she or she could have won. But yeah, this is just that, but the Democratic Party didn't do that, and here are we seeing Harris win the state by not as big margin. Okay, I always like this little place, Ohio, the ultimate bellwether until 4 years ago, and it suddenly became not the ultimate bellwether. But anyways, Donald John Trump wins Ohio, no surprise here. It was expected to be a 80+% that he wins, according to the New York Times. And Cuyahoga County, which contains Cleveland, voted for Harris by 65 to 34. We look at what happened 4 years ago, and you can know the difference. 66, 65. And comparing 2020 to 2024, Trump improved on his performance by 3.2 points, and he improved it in every county except for 3 counties, Union, Delaware, and Claremont, where Harris improved by very, very thin margins, the biggest of them being Union County by 1.9 points. Not a very big achievement here, especially in these places. No, no, no. This seems very bad. Cuyahoga 2.7, Lake 0.73, and Trumbull 6.2. It's just a disaster in Ohio. But the last time that Democrats have won Ohio is 2012, where Obama won it by 3 points. And I want to remind you, no Republican candidate has been elected without winning Ohio. It is not true the reverse. Biden did not win Ohio but won the White House in 2020. And yes, Ohio has been kind of like the Republican, I don't know, fear. Maybe last time they were fearful because if they lose it, they most probably won't win. So Ohio has always been in this interesting state. But in 2016, after Trump flipped it, he flipped lots of counties. He flipped 9 counties. That's a lot of counties. Trump flipped 9 counties, and he flipped another 2 counties. Lorraine and Mahoning in 2020, while Biden only flipped 1. Martin McGramy here, and he won it by 2.2 points. So that's for Ohio. That is for Ohio. And Trump won it by 12 points about there. Cuyahoga County 65, but Franklin County was quite bigger this time around. Franklin County, I'm going to show it for you. Where is Franklin County? Columbus, yes. I also wanted to point it out. This place here, Columbus, Franklin County, 64.88. Harris 64. Clinton 60, but Harris 64. So I'm going to compare this performance to the 2016 performance of Clinton, and Trump does better. Trump does better. But yes, Trump does better in Ohio. Clinton did better in Ohio than Harris did. And in 2020, definitely Trump does better than his performance. And the last time that a Democrat did poorer in Ohio was, we have to look all the way back to 1984. And that was Ronald Reagan's landslide win. And only then you will find a Democrat did worse than Harris. And Harris improved on her by 7.5 points. But you can see the nationwide, almost every Democrat, Harris improved all states except for these. And she has not improved on Democrats' performance ever since. So yes, this is for Ohio. And I think that Democrats won't be hoping to aim for Ohio for a long time now, especially after their candidate for the Senate. No, the Democrat for the Senate, Sherrod Brown, lost by 3.6 points to Bernie Moreno, which is about 200,000 votes. I don't think they'll be attempting this for a very long time. They will be aiming Ohio, and they should be concerned about this, the fact that they're losing so much support in Ohio, and it wasn't even close. 3.6 points wasn't one of the closest race of this this Senate election. So yes, in fact, Pennsylvania, the Senate race in Pennsylvania was closer by 15,196 votes. So Ohio, I think Democrats won't be aiming it for a long time. They shouldn't be aiming it for a long time if they want to win, and they should put their resources into the Rust Belt states and the Sun Belt states. But I think the Rust Belt is more important. Okay, so that's for Ohio. Ohio is done. Now we look to. Should we look at Virginia? Yeah, I think we should look at Virginia. Virginia is kind of interesting. Virginia. Okay, I'll be brief here. Don't want to bore you since it's been 24 minutes. Okay, Harris wins by 6 points, 13 electoral votes here. Let's see. Comparison. Lots of counties swung, and let me just show you which counties flipped. Virginia. That was presidential election in Virginia. 93 counties were won by Trump, 45 counties won by Harris. Back in time, 2020, Biden won quite more counties, and if we want to compare, Trump improved his performance in 119 counties, and he improved his performance overall in Virginia by 1.3 points. See here, a lot of red here and only a few blues here, especially in this region. But what I want to show you is that the concurrent Senate race here, Tim Kaine won by 9.09 points. Harris won by 5.8 points. Again, down performance, more down performance than down ballot candidates in the state of Virginia. Not very good here for Harris. And Virginia, yeah, Virginia is just Virginia. I don't get offended by me saying that, but she does do better than Clinton by 0.45 points. Not a very good achievement though. And yes, she does do better than Obama in 2012 and John Kerry in 2004. But I don't think anyone should be bragging about that. I don't think she should be bragging about that, and she won't be bragging about that. Yeah, but she did improve on Biden in this region here, but she didn't in this whole big region here. This region here, although she did improve from Biden in Salem County. Okay, Salem County. Yes. Fairfax. Let me see the performance on Fairfax. In 2020, Biden won Fairfax County by, I'm going to find Fairfax here, 69.85. Harris, 66. Down performance everywhere. Not surprising though. And yes, okay, yes. But I think people expected her to win because you can see her quite high, 80%, and quite a few big swings. I'm going to show you. 2020 to 2024, Trump improved in quite a lot of counties. The biggest being where's the biggest? Covington County by 9.6 points. So you can see here, especially in this region, improved by a lot. Harris only improved by 13 counties, while Trump improved by 119 counties. Okay, so this is for part 2. I'm not done yet. I still have a part 3. Well, we'll be looking at the New England states. The New England states. This region of America, and see what went wrong for Harris. Okay, I apologize for boring you with my annoying sound for 27 minutes. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you again next time around. Okay, so bye bye, and the Global Chatter signing out here.